r/out off the loop. Helix_van_boren says, what's going on with people quitting reading the webcomic questionable content after its 5,000th strip? A friend of mine shared something in Slack about questionable content ending after 5,000 strips. I remembered reading QC years ago, but I don't think I've read it since around 2005 due to lack of interest, and I was impressed that it was still running after 20 years. I went to check out the comics page and saw that it's up to strip #5003 and it doesn't seem to be wrapping anything up. I clicked back to strip 5000 to see if there was an explanation for anything, but there's just a regular comic. I have no idea what's going on in the story, but it doesn't seem to be significant in any way, and a message from the creator saying that the comic isn't ending. I was confused, so I did a bit of searching, and the first thing I found was that there are two subreddits for the comic, /r/content which is less popular, but seems to support the comic, and /r/questionable content which is larger, but is much more critical of the comic. The latter has posts decrying the comic with people very publicly announcing that they are going to stop reading it, and some even giving advice on how to avoid the comic entirely. From what I've been able to tell, it seems like a lot of people expected the comic to wrap up when it hit 5,000. There's some sort of wedding that people were anticipating that would end the comic, and that some people in both subreddits think the comic has gone downhill recently, though I can't tell if the dissenters are a majority or vocal minority. So my question is, why are so many people quitting the comic at this point, and was there ever any significance in the 5,000th? Andrew 1990M says, answer, gather around kids. I'm going to tell you all about something called long form storytelling. In the 90s, we had these things called soap operas, and you watched them for a few years pretty seriously, and then dipped in now and again after that. The casts changed almost completely every generation, and when your time with a particular set of characters was over, you decided whether you liked the new cast, or you just dropped the show. Now the same thing happens on your internet. Something goes on for decades, the creators quit the company, or it's a single creator who changes their style or their politics or something. But now instead of just finding the new show/podcast/comic, you decide you deserve the thing you like to go on forever, and you get mad at the creators for not making the thing you liked anymore. But more specifically to QC. I've been reading it almost the whole time it's existed, and to put my biases on the table, I've really appreciated having something so consistently cared for. You can not like what the writer/artist does with their characters, but you have to admire the effort 5 updates a week for 20 years takes. They genuinely care about this product. The criticisms I've seen have ranged from the understandable "it's not about the characters I like anymore" comments to the tiresome "it's too woke" comments. Long-term protagonists Martin and Faye are in a transgender hetero and lesbian relationship now, respectively. The next biggest couple is also a lesbian one. And rather than it being a slice of life sort of relationship strip, it's much more sci-fi now, with the android characters that have always been in the strip taking a more central role. TLDR, the reasonable critics just don't like how far the comic has drifted from its original cast and plots. The unreasonable ones don't like the gay robot and the trans woman. At word forth it says, oh my god, it has been 20 years. When did the internet get old enough that content can exist for 20 years? I hope you're proud of the existential crisis you've caused. r/out off the loop. Conan 511 says, what is going on with Gwyneth Paltrow? I keep seeing random courtroom memes on the internets. Is she in trouble? Is she on trial? What's happening? And Zero Rack 343 says, answer, Paltrow is being sued for colliding with a man on a ski slope in 2016 and leaving him up afterwards while he was severely injured. Paltrow is countersuing, saying the other man ran into her. r/out off the loop. Cool Human 135 says, What's the deal with r/religious fruitcakes? Is the subreddit just people making fun of people who are anti-LGBT, or is it just against religious people? Seriously asking. A 9 to 5 robot says. Answer, it's literally explained in the subreddit description. r/OutOfTheLoop. One true _hero says. What's the deal with Tony Hawk, and why is every post I see about Tony Hawk about someone not recognizing him? Example. I know he's famous for skateboarding, and this video game about skateboarding too, but these online posts are usually just stories about meeting someone that doesn't know him. I feel like I see a post like this every month on the front page. Is there any reason in particular Tony Hawk is presented like this online? Sharknado3 says. Answer, at least I think it's the answer. A while back Tony Hawk talked about, or posted can't remember, all the times he was mistaken for himself. One being at SA agent looking at his ID which said Anthony Hawk and goes, oh, like that Tony Hawk guy? r/OutOfTheLoop. Dry_neighborhood 9615 says. What is going on with Sneako? IQ Sneako is, but IDK what's up with him? I've seen him on YouTube and now he's pathetic. IQ was cancelled before, but IDK for what? But what's been going on now with him? Foxhound 97 says. Answer, I've barely been paying attention, but I know he decided the best time to attach himself to Can I was just before his defending Hitler moment. Pointy recently made a video listing all the YouTubers he felt got him cancelled, which prompted Charlie of Pigeons Zero fame to do a response video, and the drama around that seems to have flared up this week. r/OutOfTheLoop. Double posted Broski says. What's going on with the US implementing a CBDC? It seems like the new buzz is about the US switching to some CBDC system. All I could find really is this article, which is an op-ed piece. On Reddit, everything I can find is on /r/conspiracy. Why is this bad? Why are people worried about it? All I can find is vague notions of badness and privacy issues. Astro4545 says. Question, can you provide the article? The one you linked to goes straight to the Forbes main page, not the one you meant to give. Super13 says. Answer, I've heard a bit about it in tech news. I think it may be called FedNow or similar. By the way, I'm not from the US or in it, so my understanding is that a CBDC, or central bank digital currency, is basically a digital US dollar. Programmable and controllable, and very trackable. Touted as fast and easy, which could be true, in fact would need to be in order for maximum traction. But it could be set up to not be used for certain things. E.g. gambling, in the case that the money came from social security benefits. Also, easy to freeze. Easy to track. I think the worry is that it is very big brother. And one of the best ways to control a population is to control their wealth. Not saying it will start that way, but concerns are that control could creep in slowly over time. Just my understanding. r/OutOfTheLoop. Scenesy the plumber says. What is the deal with H5N1 and this fungal infection spreading across the US and beyond? These seem to be very important issues, but not heard a lot on them. Perhaps someone who knows more can elaborate on why this is important, etc. Thanks. The Milston says. Answer, avian flu resurfaces every few years. It's nothing new and nothing alarming. Unless you're a chicken in a factory farm, then it's very alarming. Actually, in those conditions it might be a relief. Never mind, the fungi thing is only a threat to immunocompromised people and is mostly a problem for hospitals. And while it's spreading fast, that's like a dozen people in the last 6 months. That's all for this video. Was it good? I know not, for I'm a robot. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. This video is the product of an automated process.